Experts from the European Food Safety Authority recommend women should be drinking 2 litres of fluids daily, whilst it's 2.5 litres for men.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend, Adrian Charles discovered that for his age and his weight, he's actually expected to consume 4 litres of water a day. But could that much water actually be bad for us? As sales of bottled water in the US surpass sales of fizzy drinks, we're asking how much is enough? Let's talk to Dr. Sara Kayat about all of this. 4 litres of water. He'll be on the loo all day.
I'm sure he will be. I mean, it's really varied, the advice out there. The NHS Eat Well guide say between 6 and 8 glasses of water a day. So it very much varies. And I think that's because we really don't have much scientific evidence to suggest exactly how much we should be drinking. And that's because things like climate can affect it. Your age, your height, your weight, how much physical activity you do, medication that you're on, your overall health. All of these things factor in. So I think, telling one person you have to drink 4 litres of water a day because you're this age is probably not the most sensible thing to do.
Does tea count? Because tea is almost entirely water.
But it's a diuretic, isn't it?
Well, yeah, this is where it all gets quite confusing because the advice is 6 to 8 glasses of fluid a day, I should say. Yeah. So that can include tea, milk, coffee.
Wine? Asking for a friend.
I mean, wine is a fluid. Eventually it becomes a diuretic and you end up passing more urine than you want after, a certain amount of it. And the same with a coffee and a tea, it can be a diuretic. But, the first cup of tea is probably not going to make you pass significant amounts of water. So I think if you can, stick to water because it's healthier for you, it's cheaper for you, but other fluids do count. And actually you can get 20% of our fluids from our food.
Cucumber. I love a cucumber. I definitely think I get a bit of my water source from
water,
there. Yeah. Look, there's a chap called Tim Spector. If people don't know him, he's done lots of research on how different people's bodies respond to food and to fluid. And he basically says there's no one-size-fits-all approach. And certainly some people need lots of water and some people don't. Do you agree with his findings or what's your view on all of that?
Well, exactly that. So I think there are so many different factors that determine how much water you need to have. So I agree, one size does not fit all. There is not a specific equation that I can give you to say this is how much you need to be drinking. I think you should be looking for signs of dehydration in yourself, and when you notice that, definitely start drinking more. So if you're feeling thirsty, if your urine's becoming more dark in colour, if you're feeling more lethargic, dizzy, dry mouth, dry tongue, those are all signs.
OK, and what would your advice be if people are drinking these huge vats of water? Are there any dangers actually washing away minerals or goodness from your body?
Yeah, so you can overdrink. For most people, that will just mean that they end up peeing out more, as long as they've got healthy kidneys. But you can overload your kidneys, and at some point they might not be able to actually excrete as much. And in those people, it can dilute your blood, and that means you can get lower sodium levels, and that can lead to other more serious conditions, Yeah,
so I think for men of a certain age, drinking big quantities is an issue because once you break the seal, it's difficult to stop.
Well, there are other side effects of having to pass urine a lot, especially overnight. It can therefore affect your sleep, all of these kind of things. So there are some negatives in terms of lifestyle as well. But in general, drink when you're thirsty and, try and stick to that 6 to 8, but I don't think it's prescriptive.
And just quickly, you talked about the damage that can be done to kidneys from over-drinking water. Can you do long-term damage to your kidneys if you don't drink enough water?
There are problems with not drinking enough. So it can affect your digestion, constipation. It can affect heart and circulation, your blood pressure, your brain performance. We know that 1% drop in your body fluid levels can actually affect your mental performance, headaches, fatigue. So there are problems with
mental performance. Right, well, that's got me on board. I'll be drinking at least 1 pint of water a day. I'll try, Doctor. Dr. Sara Kayat, thank you very much indeed. Always lovely to see you.
Thank you. Sorry to lower the tone, but old men's lives matter too.
Of course. No, it's absolutely important.